Good Monday evening, everybody. Live and direct from House Onek backyard. I'm meteorologist Austen Onek on a fairly windy day. Sorry about the hair, but unfortunately it's a little bit of breezy out here for this evening. Here it is, February the 6th. I'm outside in a baseball jersey and t-shirt. It is about 70 degrees here in the backyard, pretty close to that in downtown Memphis at News Channel 3, where Tim Simpson is on the air right now, and Jim Jaggers will have the forecast as well coming up tonight throughout the rest of the evening. We're looking at the possibility of maybe some stronger weather heading our direction into the course of the rest of the next couple of hours west of us, and then back into the area in and around portions of the rest of the Mid-South. Could be a bit of a problem into and around the area into later on tonight. We'll watch more about that and give you an idea as to what we're looking at in the forecast coming up in just a little while. If there's something you'd like to see on here, drop it into the email box at austin.onek@WREG.com. And thanks a lot for tuning in for this one. We'll have updates on Facebook a little bit later on tonight as well, and see how things are going out there. Currently looking at radar and showing little, if anything, taking place across much of the area. Ramp it up to the expert mode and show that a few scattered sprinkles are taking place into around West Tennessee. Very light activity here. Some dwindling showers up into around the Boot Heel, northeast Arkansas, and a tiny little bit of rainfall down into northern parts of Mississippi. But we're looking at very light amounts of moisture, if that, just really not that much being seen across much of the area. So if you have any plans for outdoors tonight and you won't be back until late, go ahead and take the umbrella with you, because you may be needing that at several points in time. Let's go ahead and see what's going on into the rest of the Mid-South at this point. We've got cloudy skies with a little bit of sunset light getting through around Clarksdale at Heidelberg Elementary. Cotton Exchange camera appears to be having some connection problems. Apologies on that. Hazy and cloudy at Wooddale High School in Memphis. Looking at fairly quiet conditions across much of Memphis and the Mid-South. A lot of clouds out there at Power Center Academy in Memphis along Winchester Avenue. Heading to Germantown, again, mainly overcast, but a few breaks in the clouds from time to time. Looking out over the area in and around West Street, close to around Poplar Pike and Germantown Parkway. Pretty thick on the traffic just to the west of Germantown High School early this evening. And from I-40 and Whitten Road, transmitter tower cam showing pretty heavy traffic on the way on through both and all directions, Whitten and I-40 at this point. And cloudy skies, a few golfers out and about at Windike Country Club on the WeatherBug camera there. St. Francis of Assisi looking out over Germantown Parkway, raggedy clouds very quickly moving along, some strong winds, and that's going to be indicative of what we see coming up a little bit later on tonight. Currently in the Mid-South area, again, if you'd like to know more about what's going on out across the Mid-South, go to our WeatherBug station. 69 degrees with a high of 72 at University of Memphis Earth Sciences Department. We've got, again, some very warm numbers out across much of the area, and it looks like we're going to be seeing, again, some warmer conditions out across the area throughout the rest of the evening tonight. Satellite picture, again, showing a lot of cloud cover into and around most of the Mid-South, a few breaks here and there, a little bit more sunshine down into parts of northern Mississippi, but not doing too bad, at least where it comes to rainfall so far. Area forecast discussion, you can pick this up on the National Weather Service website, talking about what's going on for later on tonight. What we're going to be looking for is, again, the possibility of some stronger weather heading our way into later on this evening. The slight risk of severe weather through tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. will be over northwest Tennessee, the Missouri Boot Heel, and eastern Arkansas. Again, the main thing we're going to be looking for is going to be the possibility of large hail being the main threat. If you're going to be doing anything outdoors, you're going to have to remember about that. Make certain to protect yourself on that. The storm system leaves the area as we get into around the rest of Tuesday and heads on over to the east of us. Again, through Tuesday morning, some of those storms could become surface-based, coming down from several thousand feet up, and could be some damaging wind out there with the morning activity. As of right now, it doesn't look like a huge threat, but it still does look like a threat. We also have a bit of a problem at this point in time from the Storm Prediction Center. They are having computer problems tonight, so their wide area network coverage is out, and they've been having to issue information at various locations through proxy servers and things of that nature. So this information from the National Weather Service, the Storm Prediction Center, is delayed by just a little bit. Notice that this display, if you use the National Weather Service Storm Prediction Center, notice that they are way behind on their forecast thanks to that internet outage. They're trying to get that fixed, and this was the latest information as of about 10 o'clock this morning. Latest update from the Storm Prediction Center using the University of Wisconsin information page, and showing again at this time the area that is marked in yellow, the slight risk category, goes through much of the Mid-South area, but mainly northwest Tennessee, the Missouri Boot Heel, and northeastern parts of Arkansas. We'll continue again to monitor this throughout the rest of the evening, but this forecast will change. We'll get updates from the National Weather Service. Notice that gets into northwestern Shelby County, but the main threat is, as this time, back to the northwestern parts of the viewing area, and much of the rest of the Mid-South, Mississippi, West Tennessee to the east of that slight risk is in a marginal threat, and just generic thunderstorms from Tupelo south of Oxford down toward Greenville. That's the forecast into today. As we get into around tomorrow, let's take a look and hang on just 1 second here while I reload this. We'll take a look at day 2. That was Monday. This is Tuesday. The possibility of stronger thunderstorms will be crossing the river later on tonight, and looks like the main threat for us will be into around northwestern parts of Tennessee, the Boot Heel, and northeast Arkansas early tomorrow morning, and then leaving us going back on over to the east of us and continuing that direction throughout the course of the rest of the day. So what exactly are we looking for at this time? Well, the main threat at this point is going to be, again, the possibility of large hail. The best threat, again, in that slight risk category through here. That's going to be the main threat out there. The main threat for anything involving tornadoes will be roughly in about the same area, but it will be a lesser threat, and the severe wind potential is also going to be out there, a little bit more widespread into tomorrow. So we'll be watching that again with a lot of interest. You need to stay tuned to News Channel 3 for further updates on what's going on out there. Best time for the rain to arrive, according to the meteogram generator from Iowa State, is showing much of the area picking up some pretty heavy amounts of rainfall, an inch plus in some areas between about midnight and around 6 o'clock in the morning as we get into around tomorrow morning or so. A couple models a little bit earlier than that, picking up some scattered showers out there, but most of the models in agreement, it looks like 3 o'clock in the morning through about 6 o'clock in the morning is going to be about the best possibility for getting that activity out there. Currently, as we record this at about 5:20 on Monday evening, we do not have anything going on in the way of watches or warnings. Hopefully it stays that way throughout the rest of the evening, but keep it tuned to News Channel 3, and we'll keep you updated on that. Winter weather advisories in effect, some fire warnings in effect, red flag fire warnings with windy and dry conditions back into the south central plain states. Here in the Mid-South, as you can see, there's really little, if anything, going on, but the National Weather Service in Memphis is watching for the potential of severe weather overnight into around that yellow shaded triangle, and in the red polygon, this is where we're going to be seeing the slight risk for severe storms Tuesday morning. And that is where we're going to be seeing, again, the potential problem for outdoor activities early in the morning, especially Tuesday morning commute time. That could be the worst of the worst taking place there. Let's run the numbers and show you what we've got going on. Again, low temperatures tonight will not be all that low, only around 60 degrees for much of the Mid-South area, and a pretty good possibility of showers and thunderstorms out there, and those will be increasing into around 3 o'clock this morning. Chances of rainfall, again, picking up maybe a half an inch or so around the I-40 corridor between there and I-55 north out of West Memphis into very early tomorrow morning. Highs tomorrow, even warmer than today, believe it or not, back in the mid-70s out there, with chances of rain mainly going east of the News Channel 3 viewing area by tomorrow afternoon and evening, but the chances of showers and thunderstorms will stick around through the rest of the morning and mainly be gone by afternoon into evening, so good news on that. Much cooler on Tuesday night, back in the upper 40s to lower 50s as the winds start to turn back around out of the north and give us some cooler and drier conditions out there. Rain makes its way out of the picture by about 3 o'clock Wednesday morning. High temperatures on Wednesday in the upper 50s to the lower 60s, as rain chances will stick around throughout part of the day as what's left of an old storm system begins to linger across the area, and that again will keep us with the possibility of some showers and thunderstorms through about Wednesday night, and then most of those get out of here by early Thursday morning. Lows Wednesday night, that's where the cold air really really starts to make its way on through. Winds come back out of the north at about 10 to 20 miles an hour, and lows Wednesday night into Thursday will be back around freezing. Coolest day of the week will be on Thursday, highs back in the lower to mid 40s. Let's jump ahead to Friday. High temperatures recuperate just a little bit, numbers back in the upper 50s to right around the lower 60s, and then no possibility of showers out there. Matter of fact, it looks pretty sunny on Friday, so that's pretty cool. We may get back into the possibility of some very warm weather on Saturday. High temperatures nearing 70 by the beginning of the weekend, but we'll also see more chances of showers out there. That's what the RW minus stands for on those displays. So more chances of rain this weekend. Could be just a bit of a problem, so we'll keep our eyes on that. More about science and weather and climate data and all kinds of neat things coming up on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Austen Onek, WREG. If you'd like to follow along on Twitter, you got plenty of information there as well. Again, at twitter.com/Aonek_WREG3, and also on Instagram at Aonek _necessary WREG3. Thanks to everybody at work for the very nice National Weather Person's Day gifts, including the Barkometer root beer, the low pressure cold front cupcakes. Melissa Joseph did a great job on that. And thanks especially to the Tipton County Trustee Office for offering to use one of my pictures of the Tipton County Courthouse in Covington as one of their Christmas card decorations for this year. So thank you guys very much for doing that. Possibility of severe weather, again, is not going to be until late tonight. It's going to be the potential of late tonight, early tomorrow morning, and into around Tuesday morning or so. That's going to be the main threat out there for this evening. So if anything does happen, we're going to be looking at mainly the potential of stuff going on into around areas between midnight tonight and dawn patrol tomorrow morning. Again, could be a sloppy commute out there. You're definitely going to want to tune into News Channel 3's Todd Demers for the forecast, and also Corey Ventura with traffic coming up early tomorrow morning. You also want to stay tuned to News Channel 3's Jim Jaggers at News Channel 3 at 10 tonight. He'll be having a lot more information as to what's going on with the forecast there, and definitely want to stay up to date as to what's happening. These forecasts can change from hour to hour, and things could really get really nasty into tomorrow, or they could get a lot more peaceful, but you can't trust it just to say, okay, it'll just be that way and I don't have to worry about it. You do need to check in with stuff like this, and that's going to be one of the best ways that you can do this. There are going to be Skywarn spotter meetings coming up. We'll talk more about that on Facebook a little bit later on, and we'll have more details on the rest of the forecast coming up on News Channel 3 again tonight, on air and online. From the very balmy News Channel 3 backyard, I'm at a home office backyard. I'm meteorologist Austen Onek, with a complete check of your weather on our exclusive video weather blog, Weather Overtime. Thanks for joining me, and make certain to stay tuned to News Channel 3 for updates throughout the rest of the evening and into Tuesday morning.